everyone. Thank you, Daniel, for the invitation. Main idea for today and what was organized for today was to talk a little bit about the analysis and the secret behind the details. Details, it's something really important in the football game, and of course, with the analysis, we can see these details and we can try to use it in the favor of our team. To prepare our team and to try to achieve the results that we pretend. So today, what I bring here, it's not only mostly, it's only about the technical and tactical activity. The analysis, we have two different types. We have the motor activity that means all the data you have, for example, the heart rate. Also now you have the GPS that gives you the distance, the sprints, number of sprints, and all these things that usually the physical coach are the guys who work with this kind of dates. In my case, and what I came here to talk about, it's the technical and tactical activity. Here we can split in two parts, the quantitative and the qualitative. The quantitative means all the actions that we record during the game, and that can be, for example, the number of pass, the good pass, the wrong pass, the number of shoots, the number of corners, basically all the numbers that you have during the game. There is some countries, for example, in America, they are the kind of country and puts a lot of importance in numbers. For them, it's really important to have in the end the statistics. They give you a lot of value for that. And then we have the qualitative. And for me, of course, in my opinion, it's the most important part, because if you don't know how to read the numbers, they don't tell you nothing. You can have a player who is doing, 20 passes during the game, but maybe the passes are just between him and the goalkeeper, so it are like the numbers. These 20 passes, they can be good, but in the end, it's not helping the team in nothing. So the quantitative and the qualitative parts of the analysis, it's what we're gonna focus now. And talking about the analysis, we have to take always in consideration that we can analyze our own team and of course your opponent. When you analyze your own team, obviously you need to agree with the ideas of your staff. It needs to be clear between all the members of the staff, the ideas you have in the moment you have the ball, in the moment you don't have the ball. How should you start from the goalkeeper? It needs to be clear, so then you can say, okay, in this moment we are not doing well here, we should have done like this. And that's usually, of course, in the most important teams and the teams who have playing in the professional competitions, who are playing in the professional competitions. They have meetings where they put all the ideas in each moment what they want to do, and then the analyst of the team in the end of the games can say clearly, like, here we are not doing the way how we planned. Here we have done exactly what we wanted from the game. This is about our own team, but then of course the analyst, he also analyzed the opponent. And it's essential now in nowadays to analyze your opponent, to see what the other team is doing, to try to prepare your own team according to what you see from the opponent. And in the most important games in the world, in the Champions League games, World Cups, this kind of championships, Premier League, and so the details, they will make the difference. And sometimes analyzing your opponent and seeing this small chance to make the difference, to take an opportunity of something that they are not closing out the defense or something like that. It makes all the difference in high level in football. But of course, like even in the other different championships, even here in Portugal, we play like in amateur championships, and all the teams they try to analyze, they try to watch the opponents, and they try to use the tool to reach the main goal, that it's of course to win the games and to prepare your team to win the games. Then we can have different analyze, can be individual, can be collective. For example, there is coach who has all the time to give a short report about the players of the other team, just to have an idea. Then they share also these reports sometimes with the players. If I'm having my right fullback playing against a guy in the other team that I know that it's good, like the left winger of the other team, maybe I will pass to my right fullback a report about usually the left winger who plays in the other side, and he can have an idea the moves that he's doing and what are the main characteristics of the guy. And can be of course also collective. You can and it's what I will show in the next slides. You can also make an analyze with all the actions of the other team: offensive moments, defensive moments, transitions, free kicks, and so on. Then you have also another type of analysis, that it's, imagine that you are not working in one club. You have, for example, a company who tells you, okay, I would like to have an idea about this club, about this team. What I want, it's exactly this. I just want to know, for example, how the team attacks. I just want to know, for example, the number of passes that they do to the goalkeeper. So this is something like specific. You are not putting your ideas there. You are not discussing with any stuff like about what you want for your team. You basically get just the protocol, and you have to analyze exactly what the person or the company demands from you. Here, I will give you just a small example. This is something that I did. Can you see the Word document?
Yeah. We can just put it a bit bigger if possible. Yeah.
Okay. So I was working 2 years with Rosenborg. This was something that happened not even in the first year. I think it was like 3-4 months. Rosenborg, they've sent me this document. Let me try to make you understand what I was doing there. So the analyst of Rosenborg, he needed some help to cut the videos, to prepare the videos for the team. So what I was doing was, they were asking me, you need to have these actions here, for example, for the goalkeeper. Every time the goalkeeper is in a situation 1-against-1, you have to actions they wanted, and then the analyst of Rosenborg, he could immediately go, for example, okay, in this game, I need to see what our fullback was doing, and he had already all the moments scattered. I was basically preparing the work for the Rosenborg analyst. This was working like 3-4 months. Then we had a meeting and we changed the protocol. But what I want to tell you, it's this kind of work. I don't put my idea here. I don't give any feedback about how they play it or not. I'm just doing exactly what they ask from me. And then the analyst will prepare the videos and we'll discuss like qualitative the actions, not just about numbers. What we did after was basically, because it's really long, the number of actions, if you see here, for all the players, keeper, central defender, central midfielder, you have a lot of actions, and in the end, you don't use most of the things that you are cutting. There is a lot of work that you are basically just throw away. And when you play on the time, Rosenborg was playing in the Europe League, so playing championship on Sunday, for example, if you try to make videos with all the information they were asking, it's impossible to put everything in one video. So then we had to change the protocol, and it was basically saying like they wanted to know all the shoots, like no matter if the shoot is good or bad, just to cut shoot, and then they will choose which ones they want to show to the players. All the cross, doesn't matter if the cross is good or bad, just put cross, and then we select the ones we want. But we started to make the to have less information, but to take more data from that. So this is about the type of protocols that sometimes you also have in the Analyze world. And going back here to the PowerPoint. So you have also the video in your analyze, and the video, of course, it's the one of the most important things, because you can talk to the players, but if you don't show them the actions, it's difficult to understand sometimes what you want. And then, of course, the final presentation that you do with your work. And as you can imagine, when you work in professional teams, you don't have presentations of 15 or 20 minutes. It's something short. Usually they talk a little bit about the opponent team. Videos can be 5 minutes. So it doesn't matter, you cut a lot of moments if you write a lot of things about each player of the other team. They just want short information, because the idea is to try to pass something to our players, and if we talk too long, like I'm doing right now, if you talk too long, then you don't get the information, you don't absorb nothing. Moving already to the next one. As we talked already before, there is different types of analyze. There is a technical and the quantitative. It depends the context. As I said before, in America, they are totally crazy about the statistics, about quantitative. But in the end, guys, if you don't understand the different moments of the game, like doesn't matter, you have your computer, you have the video. If you don't understand the moments, it's difficult to take something from the video. Going short and trying to resume. There is 5 moments, 2 defensive, 2 offensive. You can be in offensive organization, or you can be in offensive transition. You can be also in defensive moments, rather in organization or rather in transition. Then there is the free kicks, that it's also a moment that it's really important in the game. And in the current football, of course, it takes big importance, because there is a lot of games that are decided in free kicks. And to organize and to make something that treat the opposite team, it's something that coach they work a lot, and during the training they are always preparing this moment. Of course, using the video, you can watch all the other team is defining, and then you try to prepare your team according with your opponent. And here I'm talking only about the free kicks. Now, there's 2 things that I'm gonna show to you. We have the analyze for your opponents, and you have, as I said, for your own team. We will start with your opponent. The idea here is to show a little bit the work that we can do, observing the other team, and how can we collect the information, and also how can you present this information to our opponent. So first thing that I'm gonna show to you, this PowerPoint that you will see, just to understand the context. Let's see if it opens. Okay, so I was working for the club you see here above, for Cova da Piedade. Cova da Piedade was playing on the time in 2nd League in Portugal, and they had a match against Sporting for the Portuguese Cup. So they asked me to analyze Sporting, and basically I made this PowerPoint based on the 3 last matches of Sporting. already here we can discuss about this. For example, I analyze it pretty much, but if you are working in a professional team who really takes care about all the details, you need to try to find games that Sporting plays like in the same way that probably they will play against your team. I mean, if I'm watching a game, Sporting against, I don't know, in Champions League against Bayern Munich or Manchester City, Sporting will play in a way different than it will play against the team who plays in second division in Portugal. So we need to try to select the games who makes more sense and that can adapt Sporting way of play against a team like our. So I was analyzing here 3 match. Here it's in Portuguese, but just to give you an idea, you have the next match of Sporting. Here on the right side, you have the last 5. You see with yellow, it's when the team was drawing the game, green winning the game, and red to losing the game. Here we have the table on the time Sporting was second position in the championship. This is just to make a resume to the coach to know the position of Sporting, next games they have, the last 5 games they have. And then you make a short resume about the offensive way, the offensive ideas and the defensive ideas. For example, here I was writing that Sporting plays in 4-4-2. Most of the time they start to play from goalkeeper with a line of 3, and William Carvalho was the player who was in the center and the most important for the construction of the team. Was also writing here that, for example, Gelson Martins is a very fast player and very strong in 1-against-1. Bas Dost, it's a player who stands mostly in the same position and waits for the cross of the team. So this is just a small resume how Sporting plays offensively and how Sporting defends. Then the first game that I was analyzing was Sporting against Portimonense. You see on the left the team who started and then the team who finished the game with all the substitutions, yellow cards, and so. Second game, Sporting played also at home against. Here, for example, we used a team from second league. So Sporting against a team from second league. Again, the team who started and the team who ended the game. And the third game was against the Belenenses. Here, Sporting was playing outside. And after that, after this 3 match, you can try to predict which team they can use against us. So basically, I was using the 3 games, the starting 11, to make a possible start 11 to start the game. Of course, here you are trying to predict. It's impossible to be 100% sure. And also about the substitutions. And in this case, for example, Sporting was all the time doing almost the same moves. And I'm pretty sure that during the game against our team, they did also something like this. When one player leaves the pitch, the guy who is entering is playing exactly in the same position, or sometimes he's moving to another position, but there is a guy who adjusts. But in case of Sporting, it was quite easy to predict. Then I have here individual report, basically short information about each player. I was not taking only these 3 games to do the individual reports. Of course, I knew also the players of Sporting, so I was able to write and to be more sure about each one of them. But as you can see, it's really short information. About the captain, for example, really good in tackle, very strong in the aerial duels, well positioned in the pitch, and very good starting with the ball. So very short information about each one of them. Here you see, for example, there is 2 players with this red box. It means basically the 2 players that I believe are the most important in the team. As I mentioned, William, because he's really good starting the game and organizing the offensive game of Sporting. Gelson for being the most creative player of the team, the guy who makes the difference in actions 1-against-1. Then just short information about the numbers of players. 19 players. The age average was 27 years old, 186 and 79 kilos. So this is small information about the sporting squad. And then I don't know why here. So. And it comes the moments, the different moments, the defensive transition. We make in 2 parts. So we make the transition when they lose the ball in their offensive midfielder, how the teams react to this moment. And we have also how they react when they lose the ball in their defensive midfielder, how they organize the players in these 2 different moments. The idea is always to show the stronger points and the weak points of the team. In really short words and in really small information to try to give, okay, in this moment, Sporting, for example, has a player who is very aggressive, immediately trying to close the gap, to close the space. You can also say, for example, Sporting is really fast, putting a lot of players in the zone where is the ball, for example. Or you can say Sporting, for example, has a player who is really slow, going back and to recover the position. So always trying to show the positive and the negative situations, if there is negative and positive, of course. And then you also show a video with all the moments of the defensive transition. I don't know why here on the left side it was supposed to have a video. I don't know why we don't have it here. But we move to the next one, and then in the end I will try to find a video to show that. Then you have also the defensive organization. So we started with defensive transition. Now we have defensive organization. How you defend in the first moment. Imagine the opposite team is starting with the goalkeeper. How do you pressure on this moment? Then when the team starts to get close to your side, to your defensive midfielder, how do you position your players? And always, you see here on the left side, you have the strongest points and the weakness points of the team. Always trying to show the positive and the negative things that the other team is doing. And then you have offensive transition, and you have the defensive, the offensive organization. So always splitting in the 4 moments: organization and transitions, offensive and defensive moments. Always showing with the details what they do in the different moments of the game, and always also showing the positive and the negative things in which one of these moments. And of course, using also the video to present this to the team. Here I don't have the videos, so I will try to find it later. And to finish, I have also the free kicks. Here I was supposed to be the offensive free kicks of Sporting, and here the defensive free kicks. Now I wanted to try to find a video with that. Let me see if this one is working. There is, by the way, I will want to stop and to see if someone has a question already. If someone else has something about PowerPoint, please be free to ask me.
Nobody has a question?
No?
Nobody has a question? Go ahead, guys.
So,
if they don't have question, it's because it's clear.
so. In the end, then we can ask.
Fernando has a question. Fernando, go ahead.
I have 2 questions. The first one is, you talk about the US seeing a lot of the qualitative information, and I want to ask how good those systems have become in reading the qualitative instead of the quantitative.
But in America, they focus on quantitative.
Yeah, but their systems are not they so good now that they can actually read insights and qualitative analysis from that?
The problem in America is, imagine, to get the good, to be sure that the numbers are correct, you need to focus, for example, to have a good image of the game, to take all the actions. They, for example, they don't care about that. It's like a show business world. and sometimes the datas and they can send you. I remember to analyze some games in America. The quality of the video, they can be imagined. They are in the attack and the video are stopped still in defense. They don't care about these details. They just care in the end to show some final product, having some numbers there, but they will not say, okay, to get these numbers, we have a good image to allow us to follow all the game and to record all the actions. They don't take. I think they have like really good quality of software to do it, but the way how they use it, for me, it's not the most. You are not taking all from the potential of the softwares, the potential of the cameras. They don't take all of that. This is my opinion. Of course, there is also different championships in America, but the general idea that I have, it's not the best country to work with analysis.
Okay, sure. And the second one is, can you go to the level to predict like this center defender is gonna play 75% of the time to your right, so you can predict and go, attack that right?
Yes, it depends also the level. For example, if you work in Manchester with the Manchester City team, for example, um, they have a lot of change during the game. The players they move, they go to different positions. They can also change players and keep the same level. So at this level, it's quite difficult to predict. But usually, if you play the first Portuguese division, for example, it's possible to have like a 75% chance to guess, to predict this kind of things. Depends mostly the level, the squad that you have, the ideas of the coach. But there is a high level of percentage to predict the actions.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Actually, you could see that even in Champions League this week. For example, Sporting was playing very well against teams. They were starting from the goalkeeper. Yeah, against Tottenham, for example, they played really well like this. And against Marseille, analyzed the game against Tottenham, and they tried to play with this. For example, they tried to play with the mistakes of the goalkeeper. So basically, that was the scouting guy. They said, okay, you need to pressure and try to provoke mistakes. They did. That's why they won, basically.
But it also depends a lot the coach, because if you have a coach who really believes in the ideas that he has, doesn't matter if he's playing in the Champions League, or if he's playing in the championship, the local championship, he will keep the same ideas. And what he will do probably is like, okay, we can start from goalkeeper, playing after that to the central back. But if he sees that the central back is having problems, maybe has like the right or the left fullbacks, guys, move a little bit down to give another pass line to our player, but he will keep the same ideas. I think now the best coach in the world, they are a little bit not stubborn, but in a good way. To don't change ideas according with the results. To don't change everything because maybe they lost 2 games. So you can try to predict more and less, and you can try to use that to tell your players, okay, guys, like Daniel said, the goalkeeper is not feeling comfortable having the ball. When he has the ball, jump on him, try to make him feel even more uncomfortable. But I was analyzing, for example, City, and you can tell, okay, guys, in this moment, go to pressure, that they know how to solve the situation. They always know how to get out of the pressure and things like that. So I wanted now to try to show another, because I wanted to show the video. So for each moment, I'm creating a video to support my analysis. But now it will be interesting if I could open a video here. Let me see. Okay, we have here a video. So it's the idea. It's the same.
Rui, please put it in big screen again.
Okay. So the structure of the report is the same that I was using for Sporting. Here was for the Greek league of Ikreta. Exactly the same idea. On the time, the position they were in the table, the next 5 games, the last 5 games. As you see in the championship, they were not doing well. Short information about they were in 14 in the Greek league with the number of points they had. Also, short information about how usually they start the games 4-2-3-1. Adil Nabi was playing closer to Giacomanis. Just a resume. Basically, this first page here is a resume. Offensive, defensive, and also the competitive situation. Again, 3 match. I think I worked with 3 match. I know here I was working. I did only 1 match. Was against ACJV, but usually we use 3 match to support our analysis. Of course, the number of match you have, more supported the words that you are writing. They are. If you analyze only 1 match, it's difficult to say, okay, guys, according with the match they play, they will play exactly like that. You don't have so much data to support you. Here was AEK against Ofi and I was focused with the Ofi not AEK. So Ofi they started to play like this. 4-2-3-1. The players who were in the starting 11, the substitutions. As you can see, for example, minute 59 was directly changed between Neira and Filipe Ferreira. Ou seja, they keep the same system. Second substitution the same, they keep the same system, and the last one exactly the same. So was changing a player from another one in the same positions. Now, going again to the transitions and organization moments. As you see, I have always the strong and the weak points of the team. Also, splitting the moments when you lose the ball in your middle offensive field and when you lose the ball in your defensive midfield. How do you react to this moment? And here I will now show the video. This is maybe the most important. Let me try to put the video. Wait. Can you see the video well? I want to try to expand the video. I don't know.
But I guess it's fine like this. Right?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, I will stop the video. So, AEK is the team with yellow, and I was focusing the team with white. White team here was my focus. How they react when they lose the ball. So, they lost the ball, and now we are in defensive transition. And from this moment, I need to understand how they react. As you see, in few seconds, so the action started here. So it was 63-15. And 63-15. And then, okay, in 4 seconds, you see the number of players that they have like near the ball. And this is also, it shows us, to us that, for example, they put a lot of players in the place where is the ball. So the focus is immediately to cover the place where the ball is. That also means that the space outside, for example, it's a good space where you can attack their team. But I was focused, excellent reaction to loss. Fast and aggressive to close the space, but here to close the space where is the ball, not the space around. Let's move to another action. So they are playing in the offensive midfield, they lost the ball. And now, defensive transition of the team. Yeah, the space, the other side can be explored. And this, of course, like in the champions level, it's something that it takes a lot of importance. But still, also, as I said, in the amateur championships, you can also use this tool to make all the difference in the game. I've lost the ball, so immediately one player trying to close to the guy who has the ball. But look the number of players they have here: 1, 2, 3, and 4. But in the other side, they immediately open a gap. This guy is trying to close it. I don't know. I don't remember if he had enough time to come here and to close. But moving too many players to one side means that you have free space in the opposite side. And that was the idea that we were showing here. So this was the defensive transition moment. We have also the defensive organization of the team. So again, the white team, and this is the moment when they start to pressure. Not so close to the goalkeeper, but still like ACJV is starting from the defense. And look the way how Ofi Creta is moving the players. So in this moment, one of the players, the number 21, was jumping immediately. Imagine this guy, this central back, is receiving the ball, and the number 21 is trying to close the gap with the player. I don't know if they were playing with the line of 3, if ACJV was playing with the line of 3, but he was trying to predict that the ball was going to enter here, but then he was opening space to the player who was on the near the line, and was opening space here that it could be explored, and it was in this case. So sometimes trying to jump to predict actions, you are opening space on your back, and it's even better for ACJV to explore this guy here, because you're already close to Ofi Creta's goal, than to pass the ball to this central back. So this is something that you can use and to tell your players, guy, the number 21, he usually tries to jump to steal the ball, so use his backs to attack. The ACJV team moving the ball from one side to the other, and we try to see how the Ofi Creta team moves from side to side, and how the players they close the gap between each other. They were quite well organized. It's quite easy to see the lines. Four players in the middle, 2 were in attack, and they recovered the ball. Again, starting goalkeeper. 2 players more in the front. Again, look the number 21. Is immediately trying to jump in this guy. Even if the ball comes to this central back, it will not make so big difference. It's not a moment that you need to be to put a lot of importance, because you still have space behind to close. And the guy is all the time trying to jump. Probably was the coach who asked him, but jumping here is leaving space that can be used. You see that this guy here from ACJV, if for some reason he receives the ball, if he receives the ball, he has a lot of free space to attack. The ball goes now. The ball goes now, and look, he can pass, and the number 21, how far he was from the moment, from the action, sorry. Okay. Here, another thing. So it depends a lot the software that you are using to analyze. In this case, I was using the video observer program, The program is really good to cut the actions that I want, but it's really bad. It was really bad to draw something, to make the video, the edits of the video, to make the lines. It was really bad. Was all the time you were saving the video, and then when you were showing the video, the lines were moving, not staying in the position that you put it. But here the idea was to show basically the space between the defensive line and the midfielder line. The space they have here in the middle, this gap could be explored, and you even see one player of Kappa here completely alone in this big square. Of course, if the software that you use is more expensive and has better quality, then you can make better videos. But if not, you can still use some tools for free to edit video and to make some good works. Still defensive organization. Here, as you see, we started analyzing when they started from goalkeeper. Then we are going close to when they are in the middle zone, and there we are getting close to Ofi-Creta's team goal. Always cutting in different moments and try to be organized and to put, okay, here, every time they start from the goalkeeper, here when they are already in the middle, and here more close to the goal. How they positionate during the crossing situations. Look this moment. The guy is playing outside. Look inside the box the number of defense they have. It's almost one against one inside this penalty area here. That means that they ask the central backs to move a lot. The ball was outside, and the central back is moving. My goodness. So the ball was outside here. Look, where is the central back? The central back is going out and opening space inside, and inside you have one against one, like in front of the goal. In the most important zone, you have one against one. Then the defensive midfielder was trying to close. But this is something that you can use to prepare your team and to try to attack the area. You can move the central back and say to your player, guys, make the move just to bring him outside, and then one player goes inside the box and you have like one against one. Then we have the offensive transitions. We have also the defensive transitions, free kicks. Offensive free kicks. Okay, short free kick. Here, short corner. Another short corner. If you analyze Portuguese national team, you will have only short corners. It's always short corners that they will do.
They know. I always speak about this. They know.
Portuguese team.
When they do a short corner, I say, "Come on, guys, don't be Fernand, please." But Fernand, not you. Fernand, you, of course. Fernand, but our coach, which is
Fernando. It's easy to analyze the free kicks of Portugal. Defensive. So defensive corner, short corner, and we have two players from ICAP against one from Ofi-Creta. All the other ones inside the box. Imagine the time that takes to. I think no one even comes to help. They have 2 against 1, and still the player has no support from the other guys. You also can use, of course, to mention which player is the most dangerous in the aerial game. Again, the software, the line is not the position where it was supposed. Here the idea is this number 30 who is in the entrance of the box is following ICAPO player and is opening a lot of space in the entrance of the box. So he goes and he opens space. Okay, another corner. Free kicks. And that's it about the free kicks. So about the report. Resume in the beginning, offensive and defensive. The starting 11 and substitutions, trying to understand which players you can play against your team. Then splitting in offensive and defensive moments, transitions and organization, showing some videos, showing always the strong and the weak points, and trying to divide the moments, the offensive, defensive, in even smaller actions, starting from goalkeeper and the middle of the field and then close to the other goal. The free kicks, always mention the most important players in these actions. And about the report that I wanted to show to you, it's all now. This report was, I was responsible for that. Of course, there is different ways to organize the information. You can organize in different ways. I did this work, guys, in 2017 or 2018. Probably right now, if I had to do another report, I will change some things. Here it's an individual report. So I was showing you before the collective. Here it's individual. The team is Vitória Setúbal, first league on the time. They were in first league, Portuguese championship. The players that I think they are the best ones. I know here was the players who usually start the 11 with the red box. Short information about each one of them. The grades are also, it depends. Maybe I will give this grade. Maybe Daniel, watching the same game, will give a different grade to the players. It depends a lot. Individual reports on Ficreta. Okay, I want just to show another video. It will be the last one. So guys, this was the game. This was the game between Latvia under 16 or under 17. I'm not sure. Against Rig FC. I'm not sure if it's under 16, under 17, but it's Latvia national team against Rig FC team in under 16 or under 17. And on the time I was working Rig FC, and we did a small video about the under 17 team of Rig FC. Rig FC is playing in the white. They are the white team, and Latvia is playing with the red uniform. Rig FC starting the game. Look the number of players they have outside, so all the white, and the number of players they have inside. Only players in red playing inside. The rest of the team from Rig FC is all outside of the structure. Using always the space outside, try to attack. I try when I write the comment, I try to put a small comment, of course. The idea is to show basically the most important things and to use the short words to describe. Here I was saying the midfielder was lost and was hiding behind the opponent. And this move that they are doing, they repeat often. It's passing the ball to the goalkeeper, and then the goalkeeper passing the ball to the central back, and then central back long pass to the right full back. This was an action that was happening often. So let's look the defensive midfielder. So he's giving an option here, and look what he's doing now. When he goes to move behind the player of Latvia, it's impossible to make the pass to him. So it's better to stay in the position you are. You don't need to run. You don't need to be all the time running. When he's running and going close to the player who has the ball, you see that he's also bringing the pressure with him to the player who has the ball. So this move to get close to the ball is bringing pressure for his teammate, and then in the end, he will just move behind the Latvia national team player. Look, he's moving behind, and from this moment, it's not an option anymore to play. And long pass. Long pass, they lose the ball. Here was so this type of analyze. I was able to give my opinion. So guys, I think that this and that you are doing not in the best way, not the way that I think it's the best one. But maybe if you do it like that, you can have better results. So I was able to show my ideas. I had no ideas about what the coach was asking to them, but according to what I was watching, I told them. So instead to be all the time, for example, to use the long pass, the right fullback could stop here and we can try to pass and to use the players inside here. As you can see, the player of Latvia national team is already is prepared already to start run. So this area here it's controlled. This space is controlled by the defense of Latvia, and the chance to have success here it's really low. So we have a possibility to pass the ball inside, but of course, long pass, lose the ball again. Here, central back. Look the central back how he receives the ball. Receives the ball immediately outside. Look. He's already pushing the ball outside, making a long pass. He had the opportunity to attack the space inside and to try to go in the central area. Again, two players going to attack the ball. The fullback will stay behind for a second ball. Two players attacking, no one for second ball. Transition for Latvian national team. So I don't want to put all the video, it's too long. The idea is always to try to give some feedback, some moves that they are not doing in a way that you believe that it helps your team, and how can you suggest, what can you do to fix these same problems. Guys, what I have now, I was focused now in analyzing the opponent teams, and now I have a video. This video was sent to me by Daniel. The idea here is I have some moments that I was taking note. I will show the moment, and basically between us we changed some opinions. I will tell what I will do if I was the coach and if I was the player, like which kind of actions I will have. But of course, the idea is to change here some opinions, and I also wanted to hear your feedback.
So now you have to participate, guys. That's the aim.
I don't know if you were playing here in this game. I don't know which players were here.
That was Albert. It was before. Yeah, it's a second division team. Yeah.
You were also was 8 versus 8, right?
Yeah. We were playing 8 versus 8 that day.
Right.
Well, a lot of players told me that it was one of their worst trainings. They felt pressure with the recording. So I guess you have a lot of things to show.
I just because I already know, I watched your team, of course, different players, but I also watched your team against Riga United, and I also watched against in the tournament, the first game.
The second game.
The second game.
Yeah.
But I don't know if the players are the same, but some things that I notice on the time, and that here you also see them. 19. One of the things that I always notice in the games that I watched and also here, it's starting from the goalkeeper. Most of the times, the players are not even ready to start, and the goalkeeper is already passing the ball. You have guys who are not even looking to the ball and still receiving the ball. Of course, when you receive this kind of goals, you don't even know if you have an opponent like close to you, if the pressure is coming, and probably you're gonna lose the ball. So the team has to be ready to start. The goalkeeper needs to wait. Okay, I have my players in the positions that they are supposed to be, ready to receive the ball, and then okay, I can pass him the ball. Sometimes trying to do the things too fast, trying to hurry up, and you know that sometimes doing fast doesn't mean that you are doing well. And this is already something that I noticed. Here, let me see what I probably are starting from goalkeeper. 14-19. What I have here? Guys, look here. The player, guys. As I said, I don't even know the players, so nothing against you. This player here, it's a central back, I guess. Someone playing in defense. Look the move. Always going close to goalkeeper, and this is something that you see often. The defense playing when in the moment you have the ball, the defense being so close to the goalkeeper. I don't know, of course. Maybe your goalkeepers they don't feel comfortable to play, and you put a player so close to him. But if you have the goalkeeper to play, you don't need to have your defense in the same line, in the same space than the goalkeeper. You are basically losing one player. You are losing one in the offensive moment. You lose one player having two players in the same space. So try to respect the space of the goalkeeper. Try to remember that the goalkeeper is also part of the game, and he has also to play. So use it. Use the goalkeeper and don't cut his line of pass. I have more moments like that. I remember to see here in the video more moments where the defense was too close. Here, the player orange team, well done the move. So was passing the ball inside, and then this moment he receives the ball. This is very important in the football. It's not only playing when you have the ball, but also playing when you don't have it. So he was passing the ball, but still he was aware, okay, the guy needs an option to play. Look his move. Moving, okay, I gave him an option to play. So always trying to give a chance of pass to the guy who has the ball.
Well done, Dima.
And look again the defense here. Look the defense. You have your goalkeeper. This is the work that you have to do with the goalkeepers. To don't all the time staying like inside the goal. They are also an option to play. I don't need to have my defense wait to receive the ball here. Look the defense and the goalkeeper. I don't need to have the two guys in the same line. I can have like the defense can maybe come to receive the ball here a little bit close, and the goalkeeper can also give a line of pass, or can the goalkeeper move to receive, and this defense can already open. So if we pass the ball here to the goalkeeper moves the ball to my defense, and we have a lot of space to attack. In this case, we have two players in the same position. It will not help so much, in my opinion. Of course, this is my opinion. I'm fine to hear your opinions if you have opinion. If you have noticed this happening during the game.
Go ahead, guys. Say your truth now.
I have another moment, I think, here. Oh, wait, 17-20. Yeah. Look again. Look the position goalkeeper, and look where is the ball. Look where is the ball, and look the relation between defense and goalkeeper. Here. Look where is the game happening, and look these two players. Yeah, the goalkeeper, of course, has to stay. But even the goalkeeper could move a little bit and to give option to play, but still, the defense position here. This is something that I saw during the games, like big gap between the midfielders, the place where the action is happening, and the defense. The defense staying behind and too far from the moment. Of course, if, for example, if this, I don't know what's going to happen here. If the player with the ball, he loses the ball, the defense, it's too far to try to recover immediately the second ball. It's too far from the action.
Does someone see something else? Because actually I saw something else. Actually, I guess Rui also, but can you put it back?
Okay, the guy will shoot. Starting ball.
Because we can even speak about the right defender also. He was always closing in the middle and leaving a lot of space when you saw the other one. But was it here? A bit less. Yeah.
And here we have a lot of space outside to play. Mm-hmm. We don't need to try to go inside. We have line to play out. Well done. In this moment, we have the right side to attack. We have all the space. This defense has a lot of space here with no pressure. Let me see another moment that I have here. 23-13. Again, it's again the idea to use the goalkeeper, the move of the defense. Look, ball goes outside. Plays back here. Look, I don't need to have a defense coming here to the goalkeeper because I have my goalkeeper. This guy can stay inside. He can stay inside here. Look, he's moving and he's bringing one player to the pressure. Here there is something good, in my opinion, and something bad. The something good is bringing the pressure with him. It gives free space to the guy who is in the middle. The bad thing is that, of course, you are taking the line of your goalkeeper, and if in case he wants to try to pass the ball here, he brings the pressure to the goalkeeper, so the goalkeeper will always receive the ball with the opposite player close to him. The positive thing, as I said, it's to create space. So now this guy, if he goes to play inside, and I think he's doing well done, playing inside. Here the control was bad, was really bad. The control was far from being the best. Okay, space in the other side. The opponent team was already tired. No pressure. And shooting. Another moment that I have. 23-43. Starting goalkeeper. Playing outside. Guys, usually when you move to the ball to one of the sides here, you started with a goalkeeper passes to the defense on the left side, and then you move the ball to the left winger. What the opponent team is doing, of course, it's try to push all the players to the side where is the ball. That means that the opposite side, it's free. So if we are playing on the left side, we need all the time to try to remember that, okay, if I'm playing on the left, the right side, the player of my team who is on the right side probably has a lot of free space. So let's try to move the ball faster, or like with one pass to move the ball to the right side, or to pass the ball to the central midfielder, and then the central midfielder will move the ball to the right side. So the idea is to attract the team to one of the sides and then to explore the opposite. This is always what the teams they are trying to do. It's to create space and to try to explore this space. Here, if you attack on the left, you are creating free space on the right, and you need to try to explore the free space that you created. You see that on the opposite side, you are playing always on the left, and the opposite side, you have a lot of space to be explored. Trying to move the ball from one side to the other. We are still playing. Here there is no space to play. We lost the ball because there is no space at all. We need to try to move the ball. Here, this control was not good. He has to open the body, and then he immediately has one player here in the middle to pass the ball, and then we attack from the right side. Here, look, in the right side, you have a lot of space, but we were still here in the left side, and here, guys, no space to attack. We lose the ball. Then I have another action, and then I will let you have something. So 30, 44. Another team started here to play. Still, goalkeeper never participating in the game. The goalkeeper, it's always there to just to defend, just to save. Look the difference you could do it here in this moment. Imagine that your defense, for example, was moving here to the left side than your goalkeeper. So you basically, you had two players in the same action, and here you are having only one. Because I guess that the distance between defense and goalkeeper is so close that you will not pass the ball to him. Ball inside, well done. Pass and move, well done. Number 21, pass, move. We're still in defense, playing almost in the same area than the goalkeeper. But in the end, we managed to start to play with the success and to start to go to the second phase of the game, already close to the other goals team. About video, of course, we could explore the video and to talk a little bit more. There is something that you want to ask. There is some questions about some moments of the game that you feel like in which position should I be or whatever. The idea, guys, is to change ideas. It's not me saying what you have to do. It's just give suggestions about moves and things like that. I don't know, Daniel, if you also want to say something.
Actually, for the game, I think it was really clear because we speak about it a lot. You know, even actually, well, of course, there are we had 3 keepers on this training. I know that one is very comfortable with feet, not the others, but I think that we need to explore that. You are absolutely right, because this is what we need. We really need to improve this point. I repeat it a lot, so that it's basically that keeper needs to be parts in the game. It's not just the guy that defends the cage, basically.
Yeah.
He's not a bird, you know. That is inside a cage. He can fly around. Yeah.
Because in these situations, the keeper is a player that can make a difference. You can have, instead to have a situation defense, your defense with the ball, and the guy in the attack 1 against 1. If you use the keeper, you have 2 against 1. You have advantage. But if you don't use the keeper, you don't use your advantage, of course.
Basically, I know that Steven was, but Cyril, maybe you were also. The game that we lost 4-3 in the last second against the team that got second, we were winning 2-0, then winning 3-2, and then in the end we lost. Was the day that Rommel got injured. Basically, the other team was playing with the keeper a lot. The goalkeeper had very good feet, so basically they were attacking with 8 players instead of 7. And of course, during the game, it's of course, if we play again against this team, if we could have analyzed this team before, I would have said, okay, the forward needs to pressure, like full pressure on the goalkeeper, so that it's not a viable option. This is the power of analysis, because basically, if we knew, this could be a thing that we could do.
Something that I also remember. Sorry, Daniel. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Something that I also remember the championship that we played, the match that I watched. I remember, for example, the wingers of the team, the guys who are playing in the corridors, ball being in one side and the winger still like open, not going to the middle to close the space inside. The defense was doing that, so you were playing with 3 defense, right? It was like 3-2-1,
Mm-hmm.
something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
So one defense was going to the corridor. The defense on the opposite side was closing the gap inside, but the midfielder should also go, because if the ball goes to the entrance of the box and if your midfielder is open, then it takes a lot of time for him to run and to try to close this space inside. So the idea is always, when the ball is in one corridor, the player who is close to the ball goes to approach and to goes to a little bit close to the guy who has the ball. But the winger and the defense who is in the opposite side has to try immediately to close the space inside. And not to stay open. And this was something that I remember. The right winger was all the time completely open. If one ball was going to the central corridor, it was easy to someone of the other team to shoot or to
Actually,
make
of course we improve with the time, and of course we on this championship it was our first time, and even playing with 8 it's a bit different than playing with 9 or 7. Basically we'll do it again next year, but we tried in the last 3-4 friendly games that and actually everybody was agreeing that we play better like this, but we don't play more with wingers. Basically we play like if we are a spear, you know. So 3 defenders, of course there is a right defender and a left defender, but the obvious aim is to keep the middle really close, and basically the opinion of the players is that they feel much more comfortable like this because it's very adaptable, having a number 6, 2 number 10s, one front. But in case we are losing, we can put really easily one. But when we are playing 8 versus 8, you cannot have one winger on the left, on the right, and someone in the middle. So we are very, very unbalanced, basically. That was the second game. Hopefully, well.
Of course, and with more games and more training, the team.
But I heard you because you were watching the game, and against United we did the same mistake. We didn't have enough players in the middle, and the middle is clearly the place where we need to keep.
It's like
basically we need to
even when the team has the ball and the team is on the left corridor, for example, the player on the right side doesn't need to be completely open, because you need to remember that if you lose the ball, the distance then that you have to run to close the space, if you maybe in the first 10 minutes of the game, first half, you have still capacity to close the gap, but then you go to the second half, and if you need to still sprint to close the gap, I'm sure that you start to feel tired, and it will take more time to close it.
We need to be more effective. Indeed, that was the problem. Sorry.
If you are already near, like, to the position where is the ball, then the distance you have to run, it's not so long, and you are saving energy, basically.
And we know that energy is needed with 8 versus 8.
So the main ideas I remember about the team, and that I also discussed it with you, was the goalkeeper playing more, not having players in the same line than the goalkeeper. When the ball is when we are attacking, we have the ball on the left to try faster to move the ball to the opposite side, not being all the time playing in the same corridor. Try to move the ball. Also defending, closing the gaps inside. The player who is in the opposite side not being sleeping and closing the space in the middle. And as well, I don't remember, in the championship you have offsides?
No.
I don't remember.
No.
Okay, but still, like, sometimes it was, imagine the other team starting from goalkeeper, all your team was moving there, like, to try to get close to the ball, and one of your defense was really far from the team, like a huge gap between your midfielders and your defense. And this gap can be easily explored by the other team. So if you have the players closing the gaps, attack, midfielders, and defense, you have more chance to have a second ball, you have more chance to recover the ball.
Yeah,
something that I also remember from.
Well, it's true that I think lately. Okay. No, I think lately we quite solved this problem. Of course, it might happen again, because indeed some teams with no offsides, they just leave a guy up there. But we spoke about it, and indeed this guy needs to be solved with the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper can be the guy defending this person, and then all the team is blocked as a block in front or on the back or whatever. So yeah, of course, it's different football. 8 versus 8 is not the same at all. But indeed,
Yeah.
indeed, what you said to me after the game helped me and helped.
I think it's important. I don't know if you record always the games, but if you record also like all the players having the video, watching the video at home, and with the video, then you can have a different perspective that you have on the field, and to make a reflection about the positions you are in the field. What can you do to improve? I think it's a big support, and it's a really good tool. The video, it's an amazing tool to use to improve your game.
Yeah, that's why I wanted. That's why actually I wanted you to participate, because indeed, the analysis is well. I think that even if I spoke about it many times, I think that with this video and with the guys that will watch it later, they will be able to say, okay, yeah, indeed. Well, the defender doesn't need to stay in the same line of pass of the goalkeeper. It's easier to see it with the video, and for sure we will use it more in front.
Okay, I don't know if there is questions. If not, it was good to be here with you guys.
And of course,
thanks, Rui. It was nice.
And I hope that soon I can go to watch some of your games. I hope soon to go to Latvia and to watch some of your games. You will play some championship. How is the situation right now?
Now we are resting.
Tournaments?
Tournaments and some friendly games here and there to see if indeed we are improving or not. But now winter is coming, so. So basically, we will. Well, we had proposals to go to futsal, but in my opinion, that's not the cleverest thing to do. To go again in a tournament in futsal every Sunday. So we will focus on the 8 versus 8 that will start in April next year. So maybe take a 2 weeks break or 3 weeks break in December, and of course open up for others that want to play inside but not play in a real level.
Yeah, you have a lot of time to prepare.
For now, okay. But thank you very much, and of course, if some guys will, because I think that many people will also watch. If they have questions, I will send them to you. If I cannot answer, but possibly I will not. But possibly I will.
Yeah, but then also when you have match, and if there is possibility also to record, I don't mind sometimes to watch the game and to give just some feedback.
Yeah.
As I said, it's changing ideas. It's not me saying what you have to do, because we have different opinions, and sharing the opinions, it's the way that we found the best solutions.
Indeed.
So.
Yeah, you are absolutely right. But thank you very much, boy. I know that.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you,
guys. Yes, it will be cool to record some games to see even us try to do some analysis.
Yeah, because
how we play and
because I think like what you said, of course it looks easy when Rui said it. Yeah, look at this, look at that.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's true that it's not that easy to realize it yourself in the game.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
So we will definitely use this tool a bit more. Thank you, Rui.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks, Rui.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for your time.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye, guys.